And if you plan to not take that serious, which is fine, if you don't want to take it serious, just don't be mad when people don't take you serious. Because you should really only expect people to take you as serious as you take yourself. What up, YouTube family and folks? This is Kevin's Perspective, the perspective that keeps on giving, back to give another one. If you're new to the channel, like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Now let's get down to the nitty gritty. You see the title. Now in this video, I just feel like talking because I see that people don't really take life serious. This thought stems from Lori Harvey's interview on Bumble. And no, this is not about Lori Harvey, but she says something that I hear a lot. I'm gonna just play the clip.
I almost got married very young. And so I think after that, it made me be like, okay, I felt like I hadn't really experienced anything. I didn't really know myself. I didn't really know what I liked, what I didn't like. I just feel like I hadn't really experienced life. So I think at that point, then I was like, okay, I'm about to, like I said, just date on my terms. And like, however I want to move, whatever I want to do, I'm gonna do it. And if it's no longer serving me, I'm gonna move on.
So like I said, this ain't about Lori Harvey. You know, people gonna say, well, why don't you just let people live their life? How they gonna live their life? Like, what you got to say about it? Really nothing. But what I really have is just a question. What does it mean when someone says they're experiencing life? What is experiencing life? When you make the decision to say, you know what, I don't really want to do this, I want to go experience life, what does that mean? Because like in her situation and many other people like that, they say they don't want to get married because I want to experience life and explore myself and figure out what I like and don't like. But my question is, how does marriage stop that? Because sometimes when I hear people say they want to experience life, all I hear is that they just want to experience people. Because traveling and self-discovery and a lot of different things, like marriage don't really stop that, but it will put a limit on the people that you can interact with. Now I get it, finding yourself may require you to not be in a relationship, because I believe that experiencing people also includes you. But the thing is, once you decide that you want to have a self-discovery or go find yourself, the question is, how serious are you going to take that? Now if you break up with someone and you plan to be single for the rest of your life or for however long, then have at it. But if you plan to be married again or be in a relationship again, you don't have all the time in the world. You got to figure it out because you have a family to go create. You got kids that's going to have to be raised and a spouse that depends on you. You don't have time to be BSing around. If you say you want to find yourself, then you got to be willing to take yourself serious and life serious. But there lies the problem. Because you plan to not take life serious. Ain't that right? You plan to do whatever you feel makes you happy instead of really finding who you are. Finding out who you want to be, what you want to do, what is your purpose in life. But that's going to take a level of seriousness that you're not ready for. But then you're going to get mad when people don't take you serious. But I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. That's going to require you to change, but you're not ready for change. And I keep saying you because it applies to somebody out here in this audience. Don't take it personal. I speak with love. But somebody got to be real with you. You know, one reason why I know you're not taking life serious is because you involved in everybody else's business. You in your friend's business, your parents' business, your siblings' business, your cousin's business, your co-worker's business. You in everybody else's life and everybody else's business but yours. You won't take the time to handle your business. And part of that is because you're afraid to. You tell yourself you're a superhero when in actuality you're running from your own problems. You're running away from yourself and the truth about yourself. You're not serious about self-development because self-development requires a level of isolation and seclusion, because that gives you an environment for introspection and retrospection, which is in my book, you know, shameless plug. You have to get away from people to find yourself, but you're not willing to do that, are you? More than likely it's because you're afraid to change, and that's normal. You're afraid to change because you feel like your change is not going to be accepted by the people you want to accept it. You don't grow, you don't mature, you don't evolve, you don't elevate. So you stay the same because you don't want anybody to say that you're acting brand new. So you stay immature just like them. And I say they're immature because they can't handle their own issues. That's why they keep depending on you. But truth be told, you're depending on them too, because misery loves company. If you're not willing to isolate, then you're not willing to develop. You don't want to really find out what your identity is because you're afraid that it won't fit in. And you've grown all your life fitting in. You keep telling yourself that everyone needs you, but they don't. It's a projection because you need them to keep you away from you, to keep your mind busy enough to where you don't think about anything. But you claim you're experiencing life and living life to the fullest. You just keep doing things that aren't conducive to your future at all. You're not really exploring what you like and don't like. You're just exploring what you feel like. The funny thing about it is that a lot of times people leave relationships to find what they like and don't like, just to find out that what they thought they didn't like, they actually do like. But by the time they realize that the person that they liked it with ain't there no more. So now they're trying to find somebody like the other person who liked what they liked, and they don't like it. So now years are passing. Time is just moving. So now you're well traveled, you got your house, you got your career, your degree, you got your friends, you've been all around, you've done everything. The aesthetics look great, the optics look awesome, but you still don't know anything. You've done everything you felt you wanted to do, but still haven't learned anything about yourself outside of external or surface level things. You really don't even know much about people because you aren't in tune with yourself enough to have the right discernment with people. But now you want a relationship, you want to date. Well, you've been dating, but now you want to seriously date. You want to get into a serious, committed relationship now. Then you realize it's hard. Hard out here for a pimp. And it's hard for many reasons, but there's one reason you might not have thought about. That because you haven't really learned yourself over the years, you stayed stagnant in your growth and self-development, so you stayed immature. Because over the years of you not really finding yourself and doing the due diligence for your self-development, you're more immature than you think you are. And because you're immature, over the years, you've surrounded yourself with a culture of people who have conformed to your immaturity. You've surrounded yourself with a bunch of people who are understanding of your fear of growing up. They've all accepted your excuses. They accept your immaturity and see it as a normality. Nobody really forced you to grow up. They all just told you, hey, just live your life. Just do what you want to do, do what makes you happy. That's what you've been hearing for a decade. Nobody ever told you to go to therapy. Nobody told you to go to the gym. Nobody told you to read a book, learn something about a belief, or get in tune with your spirituality. And I'm not just talking about reading horoscopes. I'm talking about learning who you are and why you wake up in the morning. Why are you here? And what do you give to the world? What do you give to other people specifically? Not just, I want to help people. That's a given. What do you do specifically? Everybody's here to help somebody. What do you do? What is your ability? What is your gift? What is your purpose? You hadn't really tried to find that out because you were too distracted by everything else. So now you want to be in a serious relationship, but because you're so used to everyone conforming around you and your immaturity and your habits and actions and excuses, that when you meet somebody who doesn't conform, you think something's wrong with them and not you, because you're so used to people adjusting to you. Because in your world, everyone adjusts to you, but the world don't work that way. That's why you date people and ask, what do they bring to the table? You don't never go to the table talking about what you bring, because this is your world. You don't know who you are and what you do for people and what you give to the world. So you struggle with compromise. You struggle with what you really give a person, what you can even contribute to a relationship. You struggle with sacrifice. You don't want to lose some friends because those people are the ones who've been putting up with your BS the whole time and have been satisfied with it. So you don't want to go to the next level in your life because the people around you are already happy with the level that you're at. So when someone new comes into your life telling you, you know what, you might need to go to therapist. You might need to change a couple things. You're not used to it. Someone that comes in and telling you that you need to grow up. You're not used to it. So now if you don't break that off and you say, you know what, I might go ahead and change for you. But in actuality, you should have been doing that the first time you said, I want to experience life 10 years ago, 7 years ago, 5 years ago, 20 years ago, however long it's been. It's like having all this time to study And then when the test come, you want to cram all the information in at one time, hoping that you pass. But the moral of this video is that if you plan to self-develop, self-care, self-help, if you plan for all that, then take it serious, because you don't have all day. And if you plan to not take that serious, which is fine, if you don't want to take it serious, just don't be mad when people don't take you serious, because you should really only expect people to take you as serious as you take yourself. But leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Peace out.